Okay, this will be an interesting one. I don't know what it is. It's another one of those types of pieces that I've purchased in second hand, and I don't know exactly what the fuck it is. See how we go. Going at 200 for this one. Alright, let's see what this funny one is. What the fuck is it? It is... What the fuck? It looks like something for eggs. Like it's what I'd call a kitchen curio. It looks somewhat shaped for eggs, but fuck, you can't get it open. That's right. Yeah, of course. So it's got a spring in the handle. I don't know what the fuck it is. I get these fucking curios all the time at my local salvos. So yeah, you just wonder why we have these fucking interesting pieces of shit that I don't even know what the fuck, what for, what are they, but they're interesting. They're very interesting nonetheless. Whoops, that didn't sound too good. I just call it a kitchen curio, like a lot of the other shit that I bring. I'm sure someone there could have told me what it was, but I never asked. Anyway, that looks interesting. It looks almost like a mushroom or a chef's hat. Interesting, but not what we want. But basically, yeah, it looks like some kind of... I call it a curio, pretty much. That's probably looks shit. Not an easy thing to demo with, folks. Yeah, that looks shit house. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. I'm actually thinking we're going to make a still piece, and then we're going to turn that into a movement. So we're going to convert that to a still piece, and we're going to make, to save toner, we're going to make negative positive, and we're going to just go back here and turn it to black, and we're going to have to do more work, like changing this to dark. But basically, this is a funny looking thing, contrivance, or whatever you want to call it. Something that I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's an interesting piece nonetheless. Okay, out it comes. Let's see if our... Yeah, that looks interesting. Very light. We darkened it pretty much as dark as we could. Wondering if it might be better in... We're going to keep it like that. Negative. Wondering we're going to go back to full colour. Copied paper, 100%. Hopefully this negative image will yield a good result. So we're just going to change our settings. That's already all right. Saturation we have to put in, and we've got to add the colours as well as black. This is a challenging one, folks. Anyway, it's a snappy little piece. It's obviously not for eggs, even though it looks like something you cook eggs with. Yeah, it'd probably be good on one of those shows to do with what is this? You know, what is it? A what is it game show. I'm going to just put that like so. Sorry about the shaking of my hand, my camera hand. It's not easy holding it steady, and this has already looked like something that's on its way. But basically I'm trying to get these demos on television. I'm trying to get my stuff out there so I can find a fellow copier enthusiast himself, Luigi. I've missed him and I've lost him, and I get really lonely without his presence, and I'm trying to get this stuff on air to find him, because I know he'll recognise me in what I do, that no one else does this sort of shit as much as I do, and he'll know it's me. He'll know my voice, and he'll remember me from when I met him back in the early 90s. Back in 1992, he'll remember me. He's the kind of man that I've always wanted in my life, and that looks really brilliant. Wondering if we could go any further with this, or we're going to... That's a good question. I could enlarge this. But I'm really missing Luigi. I really miss his companionship that I never knew until decades later, almost 2 decades. So I'm really missing my partner. I really long to be with him instead of being alone, because the loneliness really drives me up the wall. It drives me mad. I'm not a person that likes solitude. The only thing good about solitude is it's better than bad company. And I've had a lot of experience of bad company, whether it be in the family with my brother and my father, to people I live with in a group home. So I know what it's like, and it's really not my thing, but I'd prefer loneliness to being with bad company, but that doesn't mean that I actually enjoy loneliness. I actually hate it, folks. I long for good company, to be with someone I love. And that looks really quite nice. Wondering if we could improve on it. I haven't found a good part for this that makes a centre. So I'm going to make another take on that. I want this to be a good one. I want to keep it looking, want to make it a good demo. Maybe I could enlarge it bigger. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. It's got promise. So I'm wondering, my intuition's telling me to do something. And 100 and... I don't know how this is going to work, folks, but I have to believe that intuition, like the intuition I have to be with Luigi and to go on television, well, I've got to trust Now this silly user interface really drives me nuts. Going to take out some of that background. But I really miss my partner, and I'm trying to get this shit on television so he can find me and I can find him, so we can get together again and put the past behind us, the things that we did wrong, or should I say I did wrong. I know Luigi perhaps thinks he could have done something better, but basically we can't dwell on that too often. We can't dwell on what might have been. I don't like this arrangement, but that could make a good centre. Sometimes I just don't know that something's going to look good until I've actually done it. So I'm wondering if maybe we might need a little bit more enlargement. But basically I really miss my partner Luigi, and it's really hard trying to deal with the desolation that I've got away from him. It really hurts to be alone, to be without someone that you actually care about, someone that cares about you as well as you caring about them. But to be honest, folks, I think Luigi cares a lot more about me than I have ever cared about him. Now, I don't know if this is the way we're going to make this piece. We're just going to go with my intuition, however counterintuitive it might seem. This is going to be a large demo. And if it doesn't look good, my demos don't always come up as well as I'd like them to be honest, folks. That's part of the excitement of watching. I'm sure this is part of the excitement of watching my work, is to see that not everything goes as planned, or not everything looks as good. Sometimes I get cranky at myself for not doing something that I felt was right, that would have yielded a better result. So yeah, you see the drama in my work, and I'm hoping it'll make that people find it entertaining, just like a typical game show or a reality style TV show. I just had an eyelash on the front of my phone. I just blew it off. So yeah, I just hope that people do find my work entertaining, even when my work doesn't always go as per what I want, because I have high expectations I put on myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself, but sometimes I do concede that I can't do it right, or I've changed my mind just when I've turned off the phone, or the camera, should I say. What is a phone? A camera phone, as what most people use these days. Anyway, that's come up looking better than I thought. I think we can now be happy and call it quits.